Elon was a Democrat.
He was.
He was Democrat. He couldn't stand the Republicans.
Do you think it's a good thing that there's a representation and them coining it as part of being woke? Or is it wrong that they've taken the woke term and pushing it in that agenda? You feel like woke lost its meaning?
Yes, it lost its meaning.
And that's why now they're calling it a virus when it's not really a virus.
But the N word, like we discussed, if you ain't black, then yes, you can use the N word because it is a trigger word, and so yeah.
Let's chill. Hello, everybody. Dumelang acheng sani bonani. This is your host, Caesar Chaplin, and my co-host.
Yes, your boy, Coach LJ. What's good? What's popping on today?
Yes.
Yes. Ready for another episode of Chilling with the Chaplins?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
I was essentially tricked into signing documents for one of my older boys, Xavier. This is before I had really any understanding of what was going on, and we had COVID going on, and so there was a lot of confusion. I was told, Xavier might commit suicide if he.
That was a lie right from the outset.
Incredibly evil, and I agree with you that people that have been promoting this should go to prison.
That's
so I was tricked into doing this, it wasn't explained to me that puberty blockers are actually just sterilization drugs. Anyway, and so I lost my son essentially. They call it dead naming for a reason.
Yeah,
All right. So the reason it's called dead naming is because your son is dead. So my son Xavier is dead, killed by the woke mind virus.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what that would be like.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and there's lots of people in that situation now.
Right.
It's not pretty, and lots of demolished kids.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's a good reason to be the final straw. All right, so let's.
So I vowed to destroy the woke mind virus after that. And we're making some progress.
Let's go.
So I recently came across the video that you just seen of Elon Musk, my
compadres.
My South African brother.
Yes.
Well, he doesn't claim to be South African, but he was born there. In a very compelling interview that he had, we ended up speaking about the woke virus. And we thought it would be a great topic to talk about because it's just a term that is being used just without even putting thought into it because it's out there and people are even using it incorrectly. So we thought, let's come and just have a chat about it. Let's talk about it. Have you heard of the woke virus?
I heard of woke, but not woke virus.
Woke?
Woke.
Woke.
Yes, woke.
Okay, so what is your understanding of the woke, basically?
Just people that's aware of society, of the world, of things that's happening in the world. So basically being aware.
So it's like being awake, being
awake, awareness.
So today in this episode, as you've rightfully seen, we're going to be unpacking what the woke virus, what woke is basically, and but we're going to be putting it in as in the woke virus, its impacts on culture and society. All right. So we want to really give an understanding of the concept of the woke virus, because you got it, but not really, and how it has affected society, including people like Elon Musk, who has an outcry of his trans son turned to be daughter, and how he plans on destroying the woke virus.
I don't blame her for that.
By even, leaning onto the right and going very conservative and working with the president-elect Donald Trump in trying to break this cycle and this concept in schools, because that's where it's mostly popular.
Elon was a Democrat.
He was.
He was Democrat. He couldn't stand the Republicans. But
He even stopped talking to his own father.
yeah.
He disowned his father because his father was very on about Donald Trump from the very beginning. And they had a big disagreement in terms of why is Elon supporting the Democrats when he's supposed to be a Republican, or supporting Trump. And they had a fallout because of that. But when his son, I believe it was during, like in the early...
COVID.
During COVID time, when Elon claims that he was tricked into signing papers into the boy doing a gender transition. Then he realized that maybe being on the left, being on the right is not. No, is it left or right?
Left.
Being
he
on
was on the left. Democrats.
So being a Democrat was not so good because they are apparently pushing this narrative of gender equality or acceptance of people wanting to change their gender, especially children.
So Democrats, if you never got involved with the LB, that means Elon Musk would have still been a Democratic.
If you never got involved with that?
With the transgender thing.
I'm trying to get them there. All right, so in this week, Chilling with the Chaplins, we're really diving into this controversial topic of the woke virus from its origin, because we want to see where it comes from, how it originated, and how it has transformed over the years as a cultural movement as well, and how it has influenced public discourse, because it has become a polarized issue. There's two spectrums of it. It has. I feel like it started off well, and now it's being demonized, because it might not be a bad term how it started off, but now it's being used in a wrong way, and that's why it's become so polarized.
But ain't just like the enemy, always turning something. Because woke is in the Bible.
Is it?
Yeah, the Bible tells you.
Can you quote it?
Yeah, the Bible tells you to wake out of your sleep.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Up.
Wake out of your sleep. So same thing. Woke, wake is
Yeah.
It's just the A and the O. That's the only difference. So
Right.
it said wake out of your sleep. So even the Bible tells you to wake up, to wake out of your sleep. Time is near to wake up out of your sleep. So and a lot of time we've been sleeping so long because of things that's going on in society that we don't know about. So yeah. So
by the end of this podcast, we really would like to come out with whether this woke virus is a force for progress or is it a tool for division? All right. So what is the woke virus? I'm sure you are asking yourself that question. What is that? I've heard it being spoken about on social media, and I really don't understand what it stands for and what it is. Don't worry. We're here to try and break that down for you so that you better understand what it is.
So, one question. Is there a virus? Why did they call it a virus?
Well,
is there a virus or who coined the woke virus?
Well, it's now coined the woke virus by people who don't believe in the term woke, by how it's been...
They say it's a virus.
It's been changed because now it's, a virus is there to destroy. It's like the COVID virus, etc. But the term woke on its own, this is where it originates from. So in recent years, we know that woke has become an ambiguous part of cultural and political talk or culture.
Movement.
We could say movement. It's often evoked strong reactions and has sparked heated debates because of how it's now being perceived. But actually, the word woke has richly been, it comes from the AAVE, and we know what the AAVE is,
the
right?
African American vernacular.
Yeah, English.
Yes, English.
AKA broken American English.
Yes.
So woke has
so it came from us.
Yeah. So it was termed as a cultural consciousness, basically, to a symbol of social justice awareness. And more recently to now, it's now a controversial term in a political discourse. And that's why it's many look upon it like as in it's a bad word when it's really not a bad word.
That go to, we start something, a culture or a thing, and then other people like the term, and then
misuse it.
And misuse it. So just like with the Black Lives Matters, then they
but that's where it's actually started.
Yeah, they Black Lives Matter, and then they start saying such and such matters, and this matters, and this matters. Yeah. But
So woke, as you can see, WOKE, because like the broken American English, the AAVE, most African Americans like to break the English, as in they like to make it unique to themselves, right? And so instead of saying wake, they would say woke. So that's where the word really comes from. It comes from the word wake, and they said, instead of saying wake, they try to be cool, and they say woke. So that's it, really.
I don't think we try to be cool. I think that's the way. That's how we say it.
Let's just say they try to be cool.
Okay. Cause I know I'm gonna get messed up sometimes. I'm gonna say woke instead of wake.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's intentional.
I know. I'm not saying it's intentional. I think it's the
way you just express and talk.
Yes.
Yeah. So really, it came from I believe the 2013 with the Black Lives Movement, when the Black Lives Movement starting to be really strong. After the acquittal of George Zimmerman, remember that, in the shooting of Trayvon Martin? Yes. So that's when the woke came from, and the African Americans were going around saying you must be woke of what's happening in the social circles where Black people are being targeted by white cops. So that's how it really started to come back again. But remember, this word has been around from way back within, I think it was part of a song back in the 1960s. Can you imagine? Okay. During the civil rights movement. So it was part of the civil rights movement, but it wasn't so big into, because remember, we didn't have social media then. So it then came back in the social media and in mainstream when the Black Lives Movement was birthed. Okay. Yeah, but basically it was just to coin being awake of what's happening out there, that Black people shouldn't just take things lying down, that we are literally being targeted. Okay, so that's how it rose to what we know now. So it was just to summarize of what began as a positive affirmation within the Black community, emphasizing awareness of systematic injustices, which were like being killed by cops. However, this term gained mainstream traction and it became a battleground of clashing ideologies. And that's how it became now known as the virus, because now people looked at it as a negative connotation when it really wasn't. It started off as saying, hey, Black brothers, black sisters, be aware. When you go in the streets, be woke. Yeah. So
that's basically what it really means.
That's what it initially meant,
and that's what it is in the Bible. When the Bible says, "Wake up out of your sleep." The time is now. Yeah, is now. Wake up, because He wants you to see what is going on in your surroundings. He wants you to see what's happening. Don't be sleeping. Yeah.
So now there's this cultural impact movement of the woke movement, because that's what it's called, the woke movement. We are woke, the woke people. So how is this now shaped cultural norms and societal expectations? Woke, because when we now say I'm woke, people don't know which side you're on. Are you saying you're woke because you're now supporting LGBTQ? Are you supporting Black Lives Matters? Are you supporting, are you really just awake because you're now with the times? Because, as Christians, we say we are living in the end times. So
Yeah.
how do you perceive it when somebody says I'm woke?
And that's the confusing part. This the part I don't like, the virus part, because now
The virus part or just the woke being the term
no,
woke?
because now it mean one thing and then they twist it and
To
now it means
another,
something else.
yeah.
So just like even now with like, you know, I remember back in the days, you know, even like with the rainbow.
Yeah.
You know, like rainbow actually mean the rainbow in the
Yeah,
sky.
and I love the rainbow.
And then they twist it. And so now if you wear a rainbow, they think you gay, like, or
Yeah,
they think you
LGBTQ+.
No, it's just a rainbow in the sky. Well, I can't.
Or we can call them some people call them the alphabet because the LGBTQ plus it's too confusing.
Just too long.
Right?
Yeah, it's good.
You can just call them the alphabet.
Okay,
the
yeah.
alphabet.
But still, the rainbow. So now when you got a rainbow, they think you part of it, or they think you gay or whatever, and you're not. You just a rainbow to me, you know, always mean the rainbow in the sky. But because they twisted up and did it another way, now you like, oh, I can't wear a rainbow no more.
Yeah, I still wear my rainbow.
I can't associate myself with a rainbow no more because.
Why? Do you feel ashamed to be associated yourself with the rainbow?
No, I'm just saying because people might assume that.
And so what if they do? Because you know that you're not.
It doesn't matter though. I don't want them to assume though that I'm such and such.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Why? Because I don't want the. Because I'm just me. I don't want nobody to assume. Right?
Because already you have a squeaky voice and people already will think that.
Yo, why are you trying to do?
So before 2013, the call to stay woke was for many people unheard of. Like I said, it was there in the 60s, but it wasn't as big a deal as it was when Black Lives Matters came into being. So following the police killing of, like we said, Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri, people went around saying, stay woke, because suddenly giving caution to other Black people to say, hey, be aware, you know, keep watch of police brutality and the unjust police tactics, because that's really what it was.
Yes.
Black people were just dying week after week, day after day, month after month, by police brutality. So Black people were going around saying, be woke. But then, like we said, it then got just spun around, into things that...
Other things.
Yeah.
And so, now they're associated with this thing, and you know it wasn't really meaning that in the first beginning. So yeah, that was twisting things.
Yeah. So consider the entertainment industry, where shows and brands now heavily emphasize representation, because that's when they started using it in Hollywood, the entertainment industry. While many celebrate this progress because it means that everybody is now represented, others feel creativity is being constrained by fear of backlash, because if you don't have a gay person in a part of your production, you don't have a Black woman, you don't have a Black man, you don't have an Asian person, white woman, etc., then you are not seen as woke. So what's your take on that? Do you think it's a good thing that there's a representation and them coining it as part of being woke? Or is it wrong that they've taken the woke term and pushing it in that agenda?
Yeah, I think, yes, I don't
full
mind
representation.
Yes, the representation, diversity, I'm for that.
Because it's giving other people a chance.
Exactly, but
then,
calling the vote don't mean it.
But then giving them a chance if they're
qualified,
that's
they have
word.
to be qualified. If they're qualified,
not just because handing it to them because we want to see a black face.
I don't want nobody like that anyway. Yeah. I want to earn my spot. You know?
Right.
So yeah, if I deserve it, give it to me.
Yeah.
If I'm better than the next person, then I deserve it.
But do you think that is helping us in a sense that before we were not given an opportunity? Now that there's this woke term that let everybody be present.
Not the woke term. Actually gave us an opportunity to get things that we wasn't even, because even when we was qualified, but because I was skin color, we didn't get it. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't because of woke. I understand that's the part, because now they took a term and they're saying being woke, but no, it's
You
just,
feel like woke lost its meaning.
yes, it lost it, to me. It lost its meaning,
And that's why now they're calling it a virus
A
when
virus,
it's
yeah,
not really a virus.
not
All
really-
it was is that black people were saying, "Hey, be awake of the injustices that are happening to black people."
I get what they mean where it's saying it's a virus, because it can't be a virus because they took
Well,
the meaning
to what the
and
meaning,
they diverted, yes,
right.
and they polluted it to mean something totally different. So now they want to say woke mean this and then
Yeah.
this. Now
And
it's
that's
become
why
a virus.
and that's
now
why it's
it's
become-
and now it's it becomes confusing because you don't know what to believe now.
Yeah.
It's just like the rainbow. Going back to it's just like the rainbow.
Yeah.
The rainbow mean one thing, and now I mean this. Like, okay,
Yeah, and I
it's
guess that's
confusing.
why it's become controversial now, because it has different meanings.
Yeah.
It's not actually aligned to what it originally was coined after, that black people be woke. So let's hear this. Woke has evolved into a single word summation of what the left is political ideology. It's centered on social justice, politics, and critical race theory. This framing of woke is bipartisan, they say. It's used as a shorthand for political progressiveness by the left. And we know who the left is. It means to identify as a staunch social justice advocate. That's what they framed it as now. To identify as a staunch social justice advocate who's abreast of contemporary political concerns, or to be perceived that way, whether or not you ever claim to be woke yourself. So when you say you woke, it means you are a staunch social justice advocate. So you speak on social justice issues like Black Lives Matter, like the LGBTQ community, the alphabet community, like being what's the word, having representation, like not having black people being murdered, things like that mostly affect the minority. And on the right, woke, they call it the cousin of being cancelled, because they feel like when they say woke, it means it's now become like cancel culture, or it bespeaks political correctness. You know, when they say you're not being politically correct, you're not being politically, you're saying, like, for example, you have to say certain words in a certain way, like you can't use the N-word because you're not being politically correct. The Republicans, or we'll say the right, see this as a bad word because it speaks of things that they are
against. They don't mind if black people get shot. I guess, I don't know, but no, I'm not gonna say that. But I'm not for cancel culture as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not for that. I think I think free speech. I think freedom of speech or whatever. So I think people get to long as not disrespecting.
Yeah.
Then it's
but the right feel like there's no freedom of speech. Freedom of speech has been taken away from them, or from people who want to speak the way they want to speak, because now if you don't use the political correctness of
they
words,
they can't say in the N word. That's not the right.
And the question is why? Because you guys call yourself that.
No. Because it's
why is it okay for you guys to call yourself that?
Because when we said it, it's something totally meaning.
It's still the same.
No. That's something they can't use the N word because it's a trigger word. That's a trigger word. That's
how
it's a trigger word because it's like it was used from slavery. So well, I'm not gonna say the Republicans, because you got some black people that are Republicans, but
or some people who are not racist who are Republicans.
Yes, exactly. People that's not racist is Republicans. But the N word, like we discussed, if you ain't black, then yes, you can use the N word because it is a trigger word, and so yeah.
But you have some Democrats who use the N word too.
Huh?
We have Democrats who use the N-word.
No. But if you ain't black, then you can't use that word.
You're not giving me a reason why.
I don't want to give you. I don't want to say it too. Come on. It's a trigger word. It is a trigger word. That's something
So how does it not trigger when you say to each other as
because
black
it's
people?
slang for us.
It's another AAVE.
Yes, AAVE. Yes, it's another AAVE. It's slang.
So
for us.
to sum this up, we agreeing that
It don't mean like slavery. It's slang to us. It's slang, But with other people, we don't know if they trying to be down or this or that or they trying to be funny. So that's why they can't say it, because we don't know if they trying to be down. We don't know if they trying to be funny. We don't know if they trying to make fun of the word or saying it. No, they can't, or saying it because that is in their heart. They really want it.
economic effects, the cost of being woke. We know that it has cost a lot of people probably their lives, and some companies their brands. Some companies have actually made a lot of money out of it.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, elaborate.
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
I believe it.
So companies that align with woke ideology face both rewards, like I said, and risks. While they attract socially conscious consumers because they want to be inclusive, right? They also risk being alienated traditional audiences, like the conservatives. So look at the Nike. Think of the Nike Colin Kaepernick campaign. Remember that campaign? When he went on his knee, and then Nike picked it up. Nike made a lot of money through that campaign because black people were like, yeah, Nike stands with us. Nike stands with us. And this poor guy actually lost his career through just going on his knee.
But he got the bad though. He did get paid for it though.
How did he get paid?
Yeah, because he
won the case?
Yeah, he won the case. Yeah, so he got it bad. He got it bad.
And now he stands for social justice.
Yes.
He has a brand of that. So the woke movement has had its good and it has had its bad. But I think when it was first coined, it was initially just to give a voice to black people.
Yeah, awareness. Yeah.
Awareness, affirmation to black people to say, you know what, be aware.
Yeah, be aware
of what's happening in your communities.
Yes.
Fortunately,
they twisted.
It was twisted around.
It was twisted.
So what's your take on the video that we played of Elon Musk in the beginning of our episode, to him saying that he is doing by all his means to cancel the woke virus? Yeah. No, mainly he's against what's happening in schools, where he feels like kids are being brainwashed.
I'm for, because I think you should not be teaching your children. I mean, to me, I think you should let the children be children. Children is still not developed yet, so don't be trying to put things in their head when they don't even know. If you putting all these different things inside the schools at a young age, the children
goes in confusion.
Yeah, so they not developed. So I think you should let children be children, and you should not be putting all this stuff that it's okay and this. Nah. So I am for it. That shouldn't be going on in the school system, because the children don't know what they want to right now. They're not sure.
They must not be swayed by
if you
allow the parents to do the teaching.
Yeah, allow in that area. Allow the parents to do the teaching. You should stay out of it with that, because
So we support Elon Musk 100%.
Yeah, I support him with that. Yeah,
because you wouldn't want your child to be changed by the schools.
Exactly. Don't be. My child is not coming. If he's a boy, he's a boy. And you teach him that he's a boy. And if she's a girl, she's a girl. And you teach
and
that.
And what if the child decides
No,
I have go.
No. That hold on. Where that came from? I'm going back to the scripture. Scripture, right? In the Garden of Eden, when Adam,
somebody's getting excited.
I'm saying, because God told Adam, who told you that? It was taught. It came from something. That boy don't know, he got female tendencies. Come on, man. That girl, I got melt. It was taught. Somebody told him you got female tendencies, and
because they were observing it. They were seeing that from that person.
No, but you correct it. I mean, when back in the days, even though if a boy trying to think he have female tendencies, you correct and say, no, you're a boy. Man up.
So we agreeing
act
that
like a boy.
So we agreeing that social media has spread this woke virus and has amplified the woke movement and of course criticism thereof.
I guess it probably did. Probably did. Social media amplify a lot of different things, but you know what? Social media has its good and it has its bad, but still, it does start at home. The Bible said, train up the child the way they should go, so that when they get old, they won't depart from it. Yeah. So it does start at home, and it start with the parents first, and then So yeah, I think I'm with Elon Musk with that because if the school did trick them.
Well, he says he was tricked.
Yes, allegedly.
Allegedly, because he's a very intelligent man.
Yes.
To have not read that.
Exactly. He is intelligent.
Yeah.
He is intelligent. So I don't know if he's using that as
an excuse now. Maybe he regrets doing it.
Maybe.
Because I know that I will call him son because he was born a boy. His son.
Yes, you can call him son.
Yeah, his son. He feels like his son is dead to him now because he's no longer what his son was, and his son turns around and says, "Hey, Dad has always knew that I."
No, Dad never always knew nothing. Dad knew you was a boy. Dad thought you the boy. Dad never always knew nothing. Dad seen you as a boy. From the day one, he said, "No, Dad didn't know anything. Dad, you was a boy."
But he says he's always had, girl tendencies.
No, they told him that. I told somebody he don't know anything. That boy don't know. That boy don't know. Come on, that boy, he's young. Come on, somebody told him he got girl tendencies. Who told you that?
Who told you that?
Who told you that? Come on.
Oh. What is the future of the woke virus?
And probably social media and probably the people out there in school and, like, oh, man, look, man.
And he kept his long hair as well. He's always had long hair.
Yeah, and they're probably like, oh, look at it.
You look like a girl.
You look like a girl. They're probably like, look like a girl. Man.
Now he's grown breasts and everything.
Oh, man.
Because he got the injections and all. It upsets you?
Huh?
It upsets you? You have relatives who...
I have relatives.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
But a boy is a boy. And the person that wasn't born, if they were born a boy, they were born a boy. No female tendency. No, you were born a boy. It was because it's sometimes you either grew up in the environment and you went that way, or a lot of times you got molested, and sometimes you go that way, and sometimes
So sometimes it's just a protection mechanism.
It's taught, yeah, it's taught.
Or it's a protection mechanism.
Yeah, whatever that word. But I'm saying, but it was taught. It wasn't that you wasn't born that way. It was you was born a male. And then because your mind is still young, it's still development. So what happened was that's why the parents got to be very careful on how they raise their children, because if you allow your boy to play with dolls, then guess what? Then of course they're gonna say, "Oh, I'll put it."
So you still believe in the pink is for girls, blue is for boys?
Yeah, I still believe that.
And pink is your favorite color?
Yeah, pink is my favorite color.
How is it? So I guess you're a girl too.
No. Real men, real pink.
But you just said you believe pink is a girl.
When I was a boy, I had
When
blue.
you were a boy, now you're a girl?
When I was a child, I thought as a child, I spoke as a child. And now I'm a man, I know the difference. So I can wear pink because I know I'm not a girl. I understand. I'm a man.
But you still believe in pink for girls, blue for boys.
Yeah.
And pink is your
because
favorite color.
They don't know because you gotta remember, you gotta put a difference. Oh, thank you, Holy Ghost. You gotta put a difference between clean and unclean, between holy and unholy. You gotta put a difference because, especially at a young age, they still in that develop. That's their foundational years, and so at that foundational years, you got to be careful on how you raise your child, and that's why you're separating things so that a boy is a boy, and so you put him you shield him
you
or you
shield
shield
him.
her. Okay, pink is for girls, blue for boys.
Cars for boys.
Cars for boys.
Dolls for girls.
Dolls for.
So you're against boys playing with dolls?
Yeah, I'm against that because you don't want to confuse it. You don't want to like a girl should be picking up whatever boys do. You gotta put it different.
So only that you for women being in the kitchen barefoot and men going to get the
No.
fish.
Now that's something totally different. Now working and helping out in the house. No. I think you should teach your child how to cook.
Both girls and boys.
Yeah, I think you should teach your child how to cook. That's something totally different. I think the boys can learn how to cook, and just whether the girls know how to cook. The only thing I'd say the girls won't do is take out the trash.
So what is the future of the woke virus in your eyes? What do you think? Where we heading? Even though this word and this term has been diluted so badly that now when you say woke, people look at you strangely and think, oh, you're one of those. Some people, like conservatives, when you say I'm woke, they think you're one of those. When one of those, meaning, so you're for LGBTQ, you're for transgenders, you are for everything that's negative that they connect.
But I bring it back to politics. I let them know that it's in the Bible. So yes, I'm woke because the Bible tells me to wake out of my sleep. The time is near. So yes, I'm gonna bring it back to the Bible. I'm not.
So
this,
in
not that.
in a Christian sense, what does woke mean then?
Mean that I'm aware. I have self-discovery. I'm aware of my surroundings. I'm aware of everything that I do. So yes, I'm not asleep.
I think you're aware that we are in the end times. I thought you were going to say that.
That's too aware of the end time. Yes, I didn't. But yeah, I'm aware of when in time, and these things, it's part of prophecy. So yes, I'm aware we part of end time. Everything part is prophecy. That the as we get older, the word says that we're gonna get wiser and wiser and wicked and wicked. And so this is what happening. This is the time we at. So, but if I'm saying yes, if they say, oh, you part of the woke, yeah, I'm part of the woke because the Bible tells me to wake out of my sleep. Not because of this or not because of, it's because the Bible. I'm going back to the script. Always gonna go back to the Bible.
Can you quote us the verse?
Romans chapter 13, I believe.
You gotta be sure.
Yeah, but I know it's in Romans chapter 13. Don't quote me.
All right.
Do your research. Search it. It's in the Bible. Wake out of your sleep. It's in the Romans.
So here's a question as we close. Can society find balance, you think, in this current landscape where because we like we're saying, the original meaning of woke or being awake has been overshadowed by inequality and injustice. Do you think that we can find a balance between the two and be able to move forward with this word with this woke, or are we on the Elon Musk side where we're saying cancel culture? Like, we don't want this. We don't want anything that's got to do with being progressive or being equal or being or social justice, etc.
I'm on his side, but I'm not on his side to cancel social justice. Mm-hmm. I'm not on his side to cancel. Yes, we need to be awake on our sleep.
So we need to be balanced.
Yes, balance. We need to have balance. I'm not saying cancel because just like with this, like this policy that we talked about the last time, this affirmative actions. Now, if they do get rid of the affirmative actions, I want to see who really is. This is when the true corporate gonna shine, because we're gonna see are you really who you say you are. Are you doing it? You just doing it because the affirmative action was there. Now let's see where you still.
Well, they're not trying to prove a point to anybody, so that you must remember that. For them, it's all about the bottom line.
You're right. It's all about. So let's see though, because let's see where you still hire the best quality person, regardless of race. So if a black person is more qualified, let's see where you still hire that individual. because of no if they do get rid of the affirmative action. Let's see that. But I believe there should be balance. I'm for the balance. So yes, but don't give it a social justice. We need to be aware of where we are. Like the affirmative action. Okay, let's see if they take away the affirmative action. We're aware. Okay, corporations. Are you still gonna hire quality black people if they could do the job? Because now you could just hire who you want to hire. You can just hire all white people, but not all white people more is sometimes not more qualified than the black person or the woman or the
As
Asian.
we conclude, the woke virus is more than just a buzzword, as you've noticed from our conversation. It's actually a lens through which we view modern societal challenges. Mm-hmm. So by understanding its origins, which we spoke about in the beginning, cultural impact and future implications, we can foster a more balanced and thoughtful approach to the issues that matter most. So tune in into Chilling with the Chaplins to continue this conversation and share your thoughts with us. We want to hear from you.
Yes.
What you think? Where do you stand with this woke thing? Are you for it? Are you against it? Tell us what you think.
Yes.
And as you do so, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode if it resonated with you in any way, and also just to help us grow. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
See you in the next video. Take care.
Deuces.
Bye-bye.
Peace.